if you're really serious about it, you can't let that stuff hinder you from doing what you love. You just got to find a way to adjust. That's easier said than done. It's not always easy to make the time, or even if you have the time, when you got other responsibilities, it's hard to kind of come up with great ideas for whatever you're trying to do, whether you're, a filmmaker or a content creator or, a musician, whatever. It's not always easy. Sometimes we want to wait on motivation. Motivation is overrated. It's nice to have. Like, don't get me wrong. No, motivation is good. It's nice to have, and you always want to stay motivated. But let's be honest. How often do we really feel motivated to create? Right. Like that feeling is few and far between. It feels fantastic when it comes around, but true creation, it's not predicated on motivation. It's predicated on being consistent. And that's why we're here today.
And I think, talking about motivation, you can't wait for motivation, because motivation probably will never really come. What you have to do is actually start putting in the work. And then when you start to see results, and in a creative sense, like when you start to you start producing something, that kind of motivates you, and then you keep going. Yeah. And for me, I know, I am currently writing a novel, and sometimes the last thing I want to do is sit down in front of the keyboard and actually type words, even though it is what I want to do. But if I do it and I sit down at the keyboard and actually produce something, that kind of sparks something in me, and it makes me feel excited. And the next day I'm maybe a little bit more willing to sit down at the keyboard and do it. And then the next day, maybe a little bit more so. So it's one of those things that it just kind of, I won't say it necessarily gets easier, but you have to motivate yourself. You can't wait for motivation. Yeah. You have to kind of push yourself to do it, and that kind of creates that motivation to keep going.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of playing Jedi mind tricks on yourself. You got to trick yourself into being motivated. That that spontaneous motivation, like I said before, it feels fantastic, but you can't rely on that. That's fleeting. That comes and goes.